All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Sim500 Dirt Division, presented by CJAuto21.com. Opening night for the series. These guys are going to do an alternating schedule. Every other week, you'll see the 360 wing sprint cars, and on the alternating week, you're going to see the late models. These guys are going to run 20 weeks to determine their champion. No drop weeks. Going to be an interesting series. Joining me in the booth, as usual, Mr. Dominic Santina. Dominic, welcome in, buddy.
Thank you, Roger. Glad to join you for another night of racing.
Yeah, it seems like you and I have been getting a lot of good coverage lately with covering all the late model races here recently. It'd be nice to have a change and put some sprint cars out on the track.
Yeah, for sure.
Got 48 of these guys full server for this series. They set them up for 48 cars. They filled it up within about 2 minutes, and they have been out here running the track in. And they will get out and do a little bit of a reset on the track right before qualifying, and then they will get out and do some more work to it in between the heat races and the consolation races. But they are slated for 4 12-car heats. They will transfer 3 cars from each heat race into the feature, and then 6 from each of the 2 consolation races. We'll get 24 cars out here. They'll put 30 laps up on the big board and run for the first points night with the first 24 guys. A lot of familiar names in here. I have seen a bunch of guys that I recognize from different series and from some of my own. So it is going to be a pretty stacked field tonight, Dom. You'll recognize a lot of the names when we get ready to go racing here, I think. Shea Paulo, Devin Butts, Billy Rowley, Miles Jensen. Oh, buddy, Joey Katina in here tonight, too. Asphalt guy. I don't know, maybe he got lost. Or maybe he figured out that asphalt is the way you get to the real racetrack. I'm not exactly sure, but give Joey the benefit of the doubt there. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Guys, get over to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, any of the channels. Subscribe to us so you know when we go live, or give us a like, share, and a follow if you're over on any of the Facebook channels. Always appreciate everybody coming by the Dirt Racing Network and doing that. We got these guys definitely through August the 4th. We will not be here on July the 21st. As I personally am going to be at a midget show down at Red Dirt Raceway. Going to be a fun time there, but we will have these guys for about a month here, and then they will determine where they're going to go from that. So hopefully we can impress them enough in this 4-week span to have us back. We worked with them on a special event for them, season finale a few weeks ago, and they were happy enough to have us back, so we appreciate that very much. Got about 2.5 minutes left in the practice session, and these guys will get to qualifying. I know Jordan Eder, this is a fixed series. These guys, I was told, and this is a quote, we're too lazy to work on our own setups. So, because I asked that same question, is this a fixed or open series? Because I wasn't sure. And that was the response that I got. Looks like several of these drivers maybe have had enough laps. Right now, Ryan Bueller, fastest in practice, 14:004. Justin Fuller, 14:017. Nicholas Shamborn, 14:044. Trevor Huinker, I think it's Huinker. I don't know. I'll have to ask him about how he pronounces his last name. 14:062 for him. Josh Gerlach at 14:073. So everybody pretty close on the chart until you break out of the top 7 or 8, and then they get into about a 10th difference between the top of the board and themselves. These guys are going to get ready to go do their qualifying thing here in about 60 seconds, and while they're prepping up and getting ready to do that, getting ready to work the track, we will get our invocation in and get our national.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, a big thank you to the Misters Foley for their invocation and national anthem. I know my buddy JRF there, he had tested positive for the COVID. I think he's all better now. So that is a good thing. The whole thing's a mess, but that's a good thing. Right now, it looks like Josh Gerlach atop the speed chart in qualifying, 14.198 seconds. Billy Rowley, the rowdy one, 14.235. He just gets shuffled down to third as Robert Schaefer puts down a 2.30. Shea Paulo, fourth, 14.250. And Orion Bueller at 14.265 seconds. So the top five very, very close in time. About 7/100ths of a second. So 46 of the 48 drivers have taken time now. About 40 seconds. What do you think, Dom? It's going to be an interesting night. These guys are very, very close on time.
Yeah, close on time and a lot of drivers in the field. Always makes it more exciting when you can make the group packed and have a full night of drivers. So we'll see what happens. Eldora is always an entertaining racetrack, and we'll see what happens with all 48 guys out here. As you mentioned, Roger, a lot of notable names in the lineup as well, so it'll make for some good racing.
Yeah, if some of the, and I know some of these guys are used to being on this track, some of the names that I do not recognize. We'll see how long it takes them to figure out where the line is, because there's usually at different stages of the track the line moves, and there's one fast line and one semi-fast line, and you can use that semi-fast line to at least keep up. But the guys that know where the fast line's at, they're going to move forward. Everybody else is going to move a little bit backwards. But we have got heat race and number one gridding out on the front stretch, actually at the end of pit road. And we will get down here and run through our starting lineup. On the pole, going to be the 8 car of Josh Gerlach. On his outside, the 07 of Ryan Bueller. Row 2 on the inside, 31, Eric Mueller. And his outside, Brandon Walter in the 99 car. Row 3 on the inside, Nick Shamborn, the 01. And Justin Fuller, the Aftermath Motorsports number 51 car. Row 4 on the inside, the D2 Race Designs, Miles Jensen Racing, number 67 out of Duluth, Minnesota, Miles Jensen. And to his outside in the 15 car, there's an STP car. That's a throwback. I believe that's a Donnie Schatz throwback car. Going to be Scott Smiley. Row 5 on the inside, Dennis Breigel. And on his outside, going to be Zach Fogel in the 49. And on the back row on the inside, Shannon Wood, the 02 car, and John Mustaine Jr. in the 1 car, rounding out the field. So 12 cars, they all made the call. And we will get ready to go racing here. Jordan, you need to talk to Nick Cohan. All right, should go green out of turn number 4 this time. We'll be watching the 8 car of Gerlach. He will be the key. He is the control car. Sim500 Dirt Division, presented by CJAuto21.com. The season is underway. Green flag in the air. Gerlach going to lead them through turns 1 and 2 with Bueller in chase right behind. Then it's a few cars back to the 31 of Eric Mueller. Nick Shamborn running in the 4th spot. Remember, top 3 transfer to the A main. They are 3 wide in 1 and 2. Fuller went right in the middle. He had contact with the 01 of Shamborn. That is going to put him up against the outside wall. He gets the car semi-righted. He may still be here when these guys come by. We may get a caution here. Looks like he's going to get going. We're going to have a battle at the front as they work around the high side and put Fuller a lap down. They were side by side when they went by him, Gerlach and Butler. Butler's got the top, or Bueller, excuse me. It's Ryan Bueller. Bueller's got the top side, and he's going to take the lead at the end of lap number 4. Gerlach is second, Shamborn third, then Mueller back in 4th. Miles Jansen up to the 5th spot, and he's got Scott Simley in behind him. The lap car there of Justin Fuller, the 51 car. That car 1 lap down. We go back to the front. Looks like Buell is starting to get away. Got about 0.3 of a second right now over Josh Gerlach. Nick Shamborn still hanging on. Those 3 cars spaced about evenly. About 1/4 to 0.3 of a second apart. 3 laps to go this time by. Top 3 remaining the same, and they have broken away from the field as you see Miles Jansen complete the pass on Eric Mueller. Mueller tried to go back on the inside. Mueller still putting up a good fight, but Jansen's got the high side. He'll have the momentum move Miles Jansen into the 4th position. Mueller back to 5th. Going to watch the front. White flag coming out this time. Ryan Mueller, 0.4 of a second over Josh Gerlach. Nick Shamborn, another 0.4. Not quite that much now as he's closed the gap on the final lap. But Ryan Mueller going to win heat race number 1. He'll go to the feature and bring Josh Gerlach and Nick Shamborn along with him. We'll see Jansen, Mueller, Fogel, Simley, Walter Wood, Brigel, Mustaine, and Fuller in one of the consolation races here shortly. So a little bit of passing, a whole lot of action in that one, Dom.
Yeah, biggest thing, able to keep it clean. We were a little unsure as we were talking pre-race how we were going to see if this was going to be clean or if it was going to be caution filled. The first heat race looks like it's good, going to be more on the clean side. Let's hope that continues here in heat race number 2 and so forth going on later into the night.
All right. Well, let's run down the grid for heat race number 2. On the pole, the Full Moon Garage, number 97 out of Hamburg, Pennsylvania, Robert Schaefer. And on his outside, the 2 car, Mike Kelly. Row 2 on the inside, Jay Graves Jr., the 4 machine. And on his outside, the 17 car, going to be Chad Cole. Row 3 inside, Damian Leiniger in the 35 and the 34 of Robert Harley to his outside. Row 4 inside, Reed Rundle. And I believe that car's the 37. I don't think it's the 143. I think it's the 37. I saw a picture of it earlier today. And on his outside, going to be Daniel Banner, the 100 car. Row 5, the 16, John Bajorkis. And on his outside, going to be Bill Coy in the 63. And on the back row, on the inside, the Intertech, Caleb Brett. number 702 from Letcher, Louisiana, Lyle Johnson. And to his outside, in that 14 machine, the Wicked Energy Gum car, that is going to be Joey Gattina. Well, Dom, heat race number 1 was interesting. Let's see if heat race number 2 is just as interesting. We'll have you bring us home on this one.
All right. Thank you, Roger. We get set for 10 laps of racing here in heat race 2. Robert Schaefer, your pole sitter, he will lead us to the green flag. Base truck going to pull down and away. Green flag in the air. Robert Schaefer pulling ahead down the front stretch. Followed then by Mike Kelly in second. And John Graves Jr. in third, starting to single file out front as they make their way through 3 and 4, coming around to complete lap number 1. Battle back there for 4th and 5th. That is Chad Cole and Robert Harley now moving up into that 5th spot. But it's still the front two is Schaefer and Kelly going to look to the inside this time. Couldn't make the move work as they head down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Robert Schaefer will hold on to the lead. Coming around 3 laps now, late as the front two have pulled away just a little bit from Chad Cole back there in third. Everything pretty single file around the racetrack here in heat race number 2. Still Robert Schaefer and Mike Kelly out front. Schaefer with just under 0.3 of a second lead over Kelly. They make their way around this time. There'll be cross flags in the air halfway home here in heat race number 2. Schaefer, Kelly, Cole, the top 3. John Graves Jr. in 4th. Robert Harley in 5th. John George in 6th. Lyle Johnson in 7th. Joe Gattina in 8th. Bill Coy in 7th. Daniel Banner in 10th. Damian Lininger in 11th. And Reed Rundle in 12th. Working on lap number 8 of 10. Robert Schaefer still out front, starting to pull away. 3.27 seconds over Mike Kelly. Things running pretty single file in order. Not much going on here in heat race number 2. Working on 2 laps to go for your front 2. Make their way into 3 and 4 this time. White flag will be in the air as they come to the start-finish line. Robert Schaefer has been in command this whole heat race. He's got working on half a lap now left to go to take the heat race win. Coming out of 3 and 4 this time, Robert Schaefer will win. Mike Kelly will come across in second. Chad Cole will take the final transfer position. John Graves, Harley, Johnson, Bordage, Boy, Banner, Dina, Leininger, and Rundle all coming up just short.
All right, 2 down, 2 to go. And real quick, Dom, on the top left there where that little P is, it turns blue. If you click that one time, it will put them in exact order each time. FYI. All right, let's get heat race number 3 grid going. On the pole, we get Energy Gum Elbows Up Sim Sport, number 79, the rowdy one, Billy Rowley from New Paris, Ohio. On his outside in the over-the-wall photography. Number 72 from Milford, Ohio, it's Jeff Stewart. Row 2 on the inside of the 36 car of Tony Wilson, and on his outside, the 94 of William Anderson. Row 3 inside the 46, Kyle Hanshaw, and to the outside of him in the 013 going to be Brent Fair. Row 4 inside, Brandon Key, the 53 car, and the 617 of Lance Keister on his outside. In the 5th row, Tom Like in the 30 car with Donnie Fair in the outside of that row 32 machine. And on the back row, Chris Gaveau, the 5 car, and Kyle Ritchie, the 76. Kyle Ritchie not making the call for this one. So our first non-call car for the night. You see the BS Air machine right there of Jeff Stewart. His teammate on the front row with him, Billy Rowley, the control car for this one. 11 cars, 10 laps, top 3 to the feature. Everybody else going to play in the soup here in just a little bit. The green flag is in the air. Heat race number 3 is underway. Rowley wasted no time, jumping straight to the front. Jeff Stewart going to fall from 2nd to 4th as Wilson and Hanshaw both got past him right on the start. I think Stewart might have been asleep a little bit at the wheel right there. He may have a tough time making up some of this ground. Track looks like it's getting very one lane, and the cars are really even, but Rowley is going to lead the first 2 of the 10 laps. He's got Hanshaw, Wilson, Stewart, and Fair. Brent Fair and the 013 car in behind that. Fair was trying to make a move right there on Stewart. Ends up putting the right side up against that concrete barrier. That is going to make him lose just a little bit of ground. Right now, 1.1 second out in front. The Rowdy one, Billy Rowley, running away with heat race number 3. We'll watch the 79 car as he crosses under the flag stand to complete lap number 4. 6 to go. Stretch that lead to 1.4 seconds over Kyle Hanshaw. Hanshaw a little loose out of 2 right there now. Here comes Fair into the 3rd spot as he puts the slide job on Wilson. Move the 0 car into a transfer spot. The 76 thought about it for a second. Wilson did not complete that pass right there. And we're going to be down to 4 to go. Rowley 1.7 seconds ahead of Hanshaw. Hanshaw is going to have his hands full in the next 4 laps. If Brent Fair keeps coming, and he is closing the gap, using the cushion, finding the momentum, bringing that green and white machine right to the tail tank of the 46 car. Don't know if he's going to run out of laps or not. He's already in the show if he can hold it right there. 46 car way out of shape into 3. 2 laps to go this time. Here's your battle for 2nd and 3rd. Brent Fair and Kyle Hanshaw. Now Fair has 2nd away. Can Hanshaw do anything with him right here? Slide job in 3 and 4. Cross the nose. Hanshaw had it as they take the white flag. 2.9 seconds for Rowley out in front. We're watching a great battle right here. For the final 2 transfer spots, Rowley's easily going to pick up the checks in heat race number 3, and then it's going to be Hanshaw in front of Fair. Wilson, Stewart, Anderson, Like, Keister, Donnie Fair, and Chris Gabot in that order. Good race for 2nd right there. Track's starting to come around a little bit now. It's getting a little racy, Dom.
That's what we like to see for sure. That means more action out on track, better racing. Makes it more entertaining for the people to watch.
All right, heat 4, gridding out at the end of pit road. On the pole, the over-the-wall photography. Elbows up Sim Sport number 21 from Hanford, California, Shea Follow. On his outside, the TNT Racing number 3 of Terry Mustard Jr. from Piketon, Ohio. Row 2 on the inside, Don Runkle Jr., the 00, and on his outside, Bismarck, North Dakota, not North Carolina, North Dakota. The 47 car, Devin Butts. Row 3 on the inside, Trevor, and I'm going to go Hinker. I think that's correct. In the 26 car, and on his outside, the 21 car of Nick Cohan. Row 3 inside, Evan Larson, the 611 on the outside, Chris Cox in the 515. Row 5, Mason Hine, the 89 car, Doug Sigmund in the 04. And then Thomas George, the 77 car on the inside of the back row with the 86 of John Borst to his outside. 3 down, 1 to go. Dom, I think you're up on this one.
All right. Getting ready to go with heat race number 4, our last heat race before we go to our LCQ races. Jay Paulo going to lead us to the green flag alongside Terry Mustard Jr. Base truck going to pull away, and we're going to see the green flag in the air. Shea Paulo on the throttle. Mustard Jr. will put into 2nd. Now he's going to slide up in front of him, try to challenge Shea Paulo right away off the bat. Not able to make work. Paulo going to hold on to the race lead for the time being. So a good challenge right away for Paulo. and Mustard, but Shea Paulo able to hold on. Then it's Don Runkle, Devin Butts, Chris Cox running back there in the top 5. Shea Paulo working on coming up on the lap bar. We got one that started a little late here in the heat race.
Mason Hine.
Mason Hine going a lap down there. Shea Paulo completing lap number 3 and starting to pull away from Mustard as he's got 0.6 of a second over the second place driver. And then it's Nick Cohan in 3rd place, getting that final transfer spot for the time being. Halfway through our last heat race already, 4 laps in the books, working on lap number 5. Shea Paulo well in command. And Nick Cohan holding on to that 3rd spot over Chris Cox in 4th. And it's Devin Butts in 5th, Trevor Hinker in 6th, Runkle Jr. in 7th, George, Bortz, Larson, Hain, and Sigmund, who is 2 laps down, running in 12th position. Working on lap number 7 here. Good battle for 4th and 5th between Cox and Butts. Starting to heat up back here in the middle of the pack. The top 3 solidly in control of their transfer positions. Cox looking to the inside of Butts as they head down the back stretch into 3 and 4. Cox on the inside, Butts up on the top side running that high line. He's going to be able to get the advantage, run down the front stretch. 2 laps left to go here in this last heat race. Shea Paulo well in command, 1.8 seconds out in front of everyone here tonight. Then Terry Mustard Jr. got a good 0.7 of a second lead over Nick Cohan in 3rd. Pretty evenly spaced as we make our way around. White flag in the air.
You're behind a long way, sir. FYI.
That's going to end it as my was a little behind, but Shea Paulo will take the race win. Terry Mustard Jr. will come across in 2nd. Nick Cohan in 3rd. Butts, Cox, Hoinker, George, Larson, Hain, Runkle Jr., Borst, and Sigmund all heading to the LCQ.
First of 2 LCQs, and they'll split that group in half. Bring them out here on pit road. Top 6 from each of the LCQs make it into the feature. Right now it's going to be Eric Mueller and Jeff Stewart on the front row of LCQ number 1. Miles Jensen, Tony Wilson behind that. Zach Fogel and William Anderson in the 3rd row. Row 4, Scott Smiley and Tom Like. Brandon Walter, Brandon Key. Row number 5. Row 6, Shannon Wood, Lance Keister. Dennis Preigel and Donnie Fair in row number 7. Row 8, John Mustaine Jr. and Chris Gabeau. And on the back row, Justin Fuller and no Kyle Ritchie. So Fuller will have the whole back row to himself. 15 laps for each of our consolation races. Top 6 go into the feature, and they will start in the final 6 rows. We already have the front 6 rows figured out for this one. Actually got the front 9 rows. How's that going to work? No, they got 18. Got 12 cars for the front 6 rows. 12 cars are in. My math is off. It's been a long day. So 17 cars scheduled to start this one. They're going to go green out of turn number 4. LCQ number 1 about to get underway. I do not know if the cautions are turned on. I saw a couple of instances I thought should have brought a caution out in the heat races, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that, Dom. The green flag is in the air. LCQ number 1 underway. Mueller wasted no time jumping straight to the front. He's going to have Miles Jansen and Jeff Stewart behind him. Fogel, Wilson, and Like. And there's a big gaggle of cars. 3 wide out of turn 4. Everybody survives it. Right now, Tony Wilson, the 36 car, hanging on to the final transfer spot. Trying to make his way forward, get himself off the bubble. I think I said 36. I meant 76 a second ago. As he is trying to move around Tom Like in the 30 car. Put Like on the bubble. Give him the pressure of trying to hang on to that final transfer spot. Down to the back stretch. Nothing doing. He's looking inside, looking outside, still watching the battle for the final transfer spot right here. Wilson's got it, but Anderson and Simley right behind that. Right in front of them, the 5th place car of Tom Like. That's the 30 machine. 5 laps in the book. Saw car hit the fence right there. I think he's able to keep going. Miles Jansen has the lead over Eric Mueller, Jeff Stewart, Zach Fogel, and Tom Like. That battle for the final transfer spot still heating up. Car into the fence. Simley put it into the fence. I do not see a caution flag. Cautions may not be on. But it's Jansen, quarter second out in front of Mueller. Stewart, Fogel, Like, Wilson, Anderson, all the way back to 7th. Anderson now falling back away from that final transfer spot. 76 car of Tony Wilson. Able to hang on to that. Now Zach Fogel's making a challenge. He got around Jeff Stewart. Stewart now under fire from Light. 72 cars starting to falter. We're coming down to about 6 laps to go in this one. You can see they did some track work in between the heats and these Conti races. Big slick line that was down in the middle of the corners is gone, and they're having to work that back in. Sometimes that can play to a driver's favor or play away from it. And right now, I think Jeff Stewart having a little bit of trouble. He likes a little bit slicker track. Still Jansen, Mueller, Fogel, Stewart, Light, and Tony Wilson. Your top 6. It's a little ways back to William Anderson in 7th, then to Walter Keister, Simley, Mustaine, Fuller, Wood, and Gabot. And we'll go back to the front 3 to go this time by. Miles Jansen out in front. You'll see the 2 to go signal this time out of turn number 4. Mueller, Fogel, Stewart, Light, and Wilson still your top 6. A little bit of a late charge here from William Anderson. 94 cars starting to close in on 6th place. See if he can do anything with that spot. He's got 1 more lap to get it done. White flag, and he goes to the top side. Right against the fence. William Anderson had the 6th spot at the line. Who's going to have it? It's going to be Anderson sneaking through. Jansen, Mueller, Fogel, Stewart, Like, and Anderson going to transfer to our feature. Everybody else done for the evening. And a late run from the 94 car puts him in the feature on night number 1. Well, hopefully this one will be just as exciting, Dom.
Well, I do like that. It sucks if you're involved in it, but I like the fact that there's no caution. Keeps it green flag racing and keeps the pace of the race.
All right. On the pole, going to be Jay Graves to his outside. Devin Butts, row 2. Robert Harley, Chris Cox. In the 3rd row, Lyle Johnson and Trevor Hinker. Row 4 going to be John Borgic. I don't know. Bajorkis? Maybe. Let's go with that. Tom George. On the outside of that row 5, Bill Coy, Evan Larson. The 6th row, Daniel Banner and Don Runkle. Row 7 going to be Damian Leiniger and John Borst. And on the back row, Joey Katina and Mason Hine. Oh, that's not even the back row. This is the back row. Reed Rundle and Doug Sigmund. I thought we had 16. We've got 18. Big old field, 15 laps. Get them going this time out of turn number 4. Figure out who the top 6 is when we get to the end. We'll have our 24 cars for our feature. Take it away, Dom.
All right, getting ready to go 15 laps to decide our last 6 cars into our feature event tonight. John Graves Jr. on the going to lead us to the green flag. Pace trucks away, green flag in the air. Here we go into turn number 1. John Graves Jr. in the lead, running out 3 wide behind him. Butts, Harley, and Cox all battling it out. Now we got contact, pile up in the corner, cars everywhere.
Butts is in it.
Butts is in it, but we're going to see green flag racing as we make our way around the racetrack here into 3 and 4.
Butts escaped that. I saw that purple car go upside down for a split second, though.
Well, he is still your race leader, followed by Robert Harley, Thomas George, John Graves Jr., Evan Larson, and Trevor Hunker, your top 6, as they are making their way around. Now 3 laps out of 15 complete. A big pile up there in the corner, but with no cautions in the race, it's allowed Butts to skate back here out front and pull away by over a second over Harley in that second place spot. And in third, it's Thomas George following close behind. In fourth, Hunker Damian Langinger up to 5th. John Graves Jr. back to 6th. We got a car in the wall. That's Hunker getting into the wall now. He's going to make contact with a car as well. Running order now: Butts, Harley, George, Langinger, John J. Graves Jr. We're working on lap 7.
And Dom, above the running order, press the P 1 time. That should shuffle you into the correct order. You good?
I don't see it.
All right. Still Butts, Harley, Hinker, Leiniger, George, and Graves, the top 6. Working down into lap number 9. Devin Butts, 4 seconds in front of Trevor Hinker. That is a long ways, and that all happened when that incident happened on lap number 1. That spread this field way out. Hinker still in second with Harley about 10 car lengths, 15 car lengths behind him. This front 6 pretty stretched out until you get back to 5th. Thomas George and Jay Graves. Only 2 cars within striking distance of each other, and Don Ronco Jr. trying to close in on that with just under 5 laps to go here. Devin Butts already coming out of turn 4, and you saw 6th place, who we were looking at before, right in the middle of turns 1 and 2. So Butts making tracks quickly. Jay Graves at the start-finish line. Devin Butts in the middle of turn 3 already. 2 to go this time by. Butts, Hinker, Harley, Leiniger, George, and Graves, your top 6. Is Devin Butts coming out of 4. He's going to get the white flag one more time around. I'll show you where that's at in a second, Dom. Hinker, Leiniger, Harley, George, Graves. Butts is going to win it. He's going to the feature tonight. Then it's going to be Trevor Hinker, Robert Harley, Damian Leiniger, Thomas George, and Jay Graves. If Graves can hang on out of turn 4 right here, and he does, our 24-car feature is set. Yeah, right above where the positions are, Dom, on the timing screen, there's a little P in the dark gray. Just you click it one time, and it'll set the order for you. All right, warm-up time for these guys. And while they're doing that, we will do this. All right, drivers, back for the warm-up. Our 24-car field is set. Night 1, Sim 500 Dirt Division. presented by CJ Auto 21. Been a pretty good night of racing. Few unfortunate mishaps. But now 30 laps will be on the board. We'll see who comes out of here with the points lead. When the night is over, top three, we'll talk to them after the race. Hope everybody's enjoying the show. Like, shares, and follows, guys. Don't forget to come by the Dirt Racing Network on Facebook. Make sure you follow us. You'll know when we go live. If you're over on Twitch or YouTube, subscribe to the channel. And you'll know every time we go live. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday right now. Dirt Slingers, 2 shows on Mondays. Right here with the Sim 500 guys on Tuesdays. And back to the Dirt Slingers, their 410 Outlaw Pro Series on Thursday nights. Practice just about to wind down. Track's going to be pretty slick when we get to the feature, Dom. It looks like it's slicking out pretty good right now.
That's what we like to see. It makes it more entertaining, more racing action, and with no cautions, anything that can happen, as we saw there in our last LCQ. Hopefully we don't get a big pileup that allows it to get as spread out as we did in our B main.
I'm going to go with, I think cautions might be on for the feature here. But this track's starting to widen out. That'll bring the very top and the very bottom lines back into play. And a guy that can get down there and work the bottom line, got a pretty good chance to go forward. All right, practice winding out. Final practice session before we put 24 cars out here for 30 laps. A lot going on here tonight. 24 cars. Usually don't see that many in these 360s. Should be a pretty entertaining show with that many drivers out here. We'll run down our starting lineup. On the pole, going to be Ryan Bueller. To his outside, Robert Schaefer. Row 2, going to be the rowdy one, Billy Rowley, and Shea Palo, his teammate, on his outside. Josh Gerlach in row number 3 with Mike Kelly. Kyle Hanshaw inside of row number 4. Terry Mustard on his outside. Row 5 going to be Nick Shamborn and Chad Cole. The 6th row, Brent Fair and Nick Cohan. In row number 7, Miles Jensen and Devin Butts. Eric Mueller and Trevor Hinker in row number 8. Row 9, Zach Fogel and Robert Harley. Jeff Stewart and Damian Leininger in row number 10. Row 11, Tom Like and Thomas George. And on to the back row, going to be William Anderson and Jay Graves Jr. "24 cars spread around. They get to racing, they will get into traffic pretty quickly. We'll get ready to go green out of turn number 4. Bueller and Schaefer on the front row. "30 laps. We'll know who is going to head out with the points lead to begin the season. Pace truck making its way in. Green flag in the air, and Bueller wasted no time jumping on the throttle. He is going to lead us through turns 1 and 2, go straight to the top side. Billy Rowley, the rowdy one, worked around the bottom, and he comes away with second. Lap 1 to Ryan Bueller, Rowley, then Apollo in behind that. Gerlach was trying to get 4th away. He wasn't able to keep the car square. It's going to be Mustard, Schaefer, and Gerlach in that order through the top 6. Caution towards the back of the field. 31 car of Eric Mueller around.
Well,
So-
that gives us our answer right there.
Yeah, he had contact with Cohan going into one and then gets sideways in front of him, and Cohan kind of helped him get to the inside wall quickly there down the back stretch. We'll wait for these guys to get squared away here. Top 10. Bueller, Rowley, Paulo, Schaefer, Gerlach, Mustard, Kelly, Shamborn, Brent Fair, and Kyle Hanshaw. Well, we got a couple of laps in there, and it looks like these guys are going to be able to run almost anywhere, at least for a little while yet. All right, green this time out of turn number 4. 28 laps still to go. Single file in the restart, waiting on Bueller. He's got the throttle down. The green flag is in the air. Racing once again. Bueller, Rowley, and Potlow, the top 3 headed through 1 and 2. Now the battle for 4th. Oh, big contact. Schaefer is around in front of the field. He's going to keep it going. 360. It lost the nose wing. That is going to drop Schaefer way back in this field. I think that car very damaged. He may not be able to continue too long here. He dropped all the way to 14th. Now Terry Mustard into 3rd. He finds the fence. You can see the push bar on the front of that car bent from the contact with Schaefer, but he hangs on to 4th. Gerlach behind that. They're getting single file now, as we've got 5 laps in the books. Dom, what do you think, bud?
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Getting pretty interesting, that's for sure. Hopefully we get to see some good racing up front, and if we can keep it green, that would be the ideal state.
Not sure who was in that. I want to say it could have been Jeffrey Stewart. Yeah, maybe not. He is moving up the chart again. Looks like maybe he just slowed a little bit. He had dropped quite a ways back.
I will say we've seen some entertaining wrecks, though, happening right in front of the field.
Yeah, happening a little closer to the front than I'm sure these guys would like. There's one right there. 17th car. Chad Cole was around. I believe it was Chad Cole that got turned around there. So, 5 laps in the book. Still Bueller, O'Reilly, Paulo, Mustard, Garlack, Brent Fair up to 6th, Shamborn, Kelly, Butts, and Jansen. Not a whole lot of changes in there. A couple cars move forward, a couple cars drop back. We're getting ready to go green out of turn 4 this time, Dom. You got this?
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Bueller going to get the inside line ahead of Billy Rowley and Shea. Oh, your top 3 as they make their way down the backstretch, working on lap number 6. Getting a little single file top of the racetrack as they're making their way around, completing lap 6, working on number 7. Still Ryan Bueller out front, Billy Rowley in 2nd, Shea Paulo in 3rd, Terry Mustard 4th, Josh Gerlach 5th. Side-by-side battle now for the race lead between Rowley and Bueller. Rowley now going to take over the lead. Here comes Bueller back to the inside. Back and forth we go between the front 2. Shea Paulo sitting back there watching this action happen at the front of the field. slide job that time from Bueller. Rowley now out front, trying to pull away. Here comes Shea Paulo into the battle as well. 3-car battle at the front of the field now. Rowley out front. Bueller pulling into the second spot. Paulo falling back to third.
I think Paulo thought he was going to go 2 for 1 there. He went 2 for 0. He falls back to third. Still Rowley, Bueller, Paulo, Mustard, and Fair the top 5. Devin Butts now has worked his way up to 6. Mike Kelly running 7th. Miles Jensen coming forward has brought the 67 car into the 8th spot. He's working on the Shamborn right there. He gets him. Shamborn to 9th, and Nick Cohan sitting in the 10th spot, but he's got company. Gerlach and Hanshaw both battling him to get inside the top 10. Billy Rowley has gotten out front. He has started to get away. He's not looking back now as he has gapped himself 0.8 of a second over Ryan Bueller. Shea Paulo running into the 3rd spot still, and he is trying to work his way around the 07 car, trying to find it. Here comes the slide job in 1 and 2. Lap car almost in the way that time, but Paulo takes over 2nd. Move Bueller back to the 3rd spot. Mustard still in 4th, and Brett Fair still in the 5th spot. Pretty good gaps between some of these guys. Fair, Kelly is right behind Fair now, and he is trying to bring the 2 car around and bring it into the top 5. But Billy Rowley out of turn 4, halfway home in this one. He is into lap traffic, Dom.
Going to make things a little bit more interesting, having to deal with lap traffic in front of them.
Somehow the 72 car all the way at the back, his teammate, and that's going to be one of the next cars on the hit list. Jeff Stewart started close to the front. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he got damaged in one of those cautions and I didn't see it. But he is struggling to keep the 72 car going straight. He is running in the 20th spot right now as Rowley puts Graves down a lap. The 4th car of Jay Graves, 21st position, the 1st car a lap down, is your leader. Now into the top 20 as he goes past his teammate Jeff Stewart. Right in front of them, Thomas George. This one's starting to click off pretty quick. We're going to be down to 10 to go here pretty soon. Watching 3rd place, Ryan Bueller, the 7th car, right in front of Terry Mustard. 1.3 seconds behind Shea Paulo. Paulo right now in the middle of turns 1 and 2. He's about to lap the 72 car of Jeff Stewart. He is 1.3 seconds in back of Billy Rowley. Rowley now working around the outside of Harley, puts him a lap down. It's going to be Chad Cole, the next on the hit list for the 79 car. Rowley starting to work his way up through the field. He is up to 17th, lapping cars already. So they've got 8 laps to go in the feature. Still Rowley, Bueller. Rowley, Paulo, then Bueller, and Bueller now has his hands full. That's a lap car. He must have just gotten around Jay Graves right there. It looked like the 4 car was trying to put a slide jump on him. I think he was just trying to get out of the way. The top 3 have really started to distance themselves now. Bueller's puts a gap between himself and Mustard. The Rowley clicking the laps off very quickly. Already down to 6 to go. Keep our eyes on the leader. About to go around Leininger. That is 16th place, 15th right in front of that. Cars all over the Eldora Speedway, top to bottom, all the way around. 30 car of Tom Light goes a lap down. 34 car, 49 car of Zach Fogel next. There's a little contact there. Your leader escapes all of it. And now he has lapped inside the top 15, coming to 3 to go this time. Billy Rowley just under a second as Shea Paulo has gotten into heavy traffic now. 3 to go that time. Paulo threads the needle. He puts a couple more cars behind him and closes in on our leader down under 9/10 of a second. It was 1.3 just a couple of laps ago. Lap cars starting to hold up Rowley. Shea Paulo starting to put the pressure on. 2 laps to go. Under 7/10 of a second. You can see Rowley with a little contact, lapping another car. That's the 23 car. Here is the race with the lead as Paulo slides by on the inside. The contact slowed Rowley down just enough. New leader, the 21 car on the white flag lap. They're going to battle it out coming to the checks. Paulo takes it low, comes out on the top side. Shea Paulo wins night 1. Sim500 Dirt Division presented by CJ Auto 21, excuse me. It's Paulo, Rowley, and Bueller. And Paulo with a great move. Rowley got into a little bit of traffic right there. Got held up just enough for his teammate to get around him. What do you think of the finish there, Dom?
Exciting last 2 laps there. Shea Paulo able to pull it out. Makes it a lot more entertaining when you have a last lap pass like that one.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting. Looking to see if we have got Bueller in here, and I'm not going to do that old
I'm here.
gig. Hey, there he comes. He comes right on into the channel. We like that. Love when the drivers find their way to where we're at. Man, a good run for you tonight. Started up front. You come home third. Man, talk to us about this feature race tonight.
Yeah, the track was a little bit drier than my specialty. I'm a dirt late model guy, so that cushion's just a little bit rough for me. But just as soon as first and second got past me, I was just kind of damage control, just holding my own, trying to get that podium.
Well, it makes it interesting when you get long green runs like that. Guys get into traffic, and I know all of you guys were working through traffic there. Not a whole lot of challenge from behind. You were able to kind of cruise through for the most part. Just tell us, when you started getting into that traffic, you said you were in damage control mode. Were you more worried about not getting damaged or just holding the spot?
I was just more worried about, I wasn't comfortable rushing the cushion as hard as I was early in the race. Once the cushion kind of went away, I knew if I pushed it a little bit harder, I'm just going to go right into the wall and ruin it. I lost a big league race last Wednesday for the same thing at Lernerville. Just pushed it too hard and went off the track while leading. So figured finishing the race is better than getting last.
It's funny. Sometimes you don't remember how you won a race, but I can guarantee you'll always remember how you lose one. Either way, man, great run for you tonight. Who's on the car helping you out? And we'll let you go celebrate a fantastic way to start the season off.
Yeah, first of all, I'd say basically it comes from Team GSR. Lucas Oil and Culver's of Plymouth, Wisconsin for helping make the car go.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and we look forward to seeing you the rest of the season, bud.
Thank you for having me.
Ryan Bueller, your third place finisher. Let's get to me. He said, and I quote, "I'm going to be talking to you at the end of the night," and he was not kidding.
I was wrong on the position.
Well, we weren't going to bring that up, man. I was going to leave that out. You just said you were going to talk to me.
I figured I'd get ahead of it before you decided to give me crap because I know you wanted to, Roger.
No, sir, I did not. The lap traffic played a key factor. Your teammate took advantage of it, slid by you there. But talk to us about the rest of that feature. You started there in the second row and made a good run, took the lead, and, kind of had your way with the field till you got into lap traffic.
Yeah, actually, it was me and Shay were just talking about it. I'm mad that I didn't win the race, but at the same time, I'm happy that Shay won. But it's cool because that's how sprint car races normally go. I mean, anybody that's watched sprint car races forever knows that the leader is kind of a sitting duck in traffic. The guy in second has all the advantage, and with that deal, there was at one point I was 3 wide with 2 lap cars, and the guy on the bottom came up a little bit, and that trashed it there. But that was a heck of a race, which normally with like DSRL, DOB, the rest of them, we don't ever see lap traffic. So it's a totally different dynamic, and with a fixed set, it was really fun. It was a good race.
You talk about some of the other places you don't see lap traffic, and is that just a difference in longer green runs, or the difference in the level of the competition in some of the other series?
I don't. Well, I mean, I don't. There wasn't anybody that I would tonight that was. I think a lot of it is with this. This is a unique opportunity because it's a dirt league within a pavement series. That a lot of these guys are mainly pavement guys that are just getting their feet wet into dirt, and there's still some fast guys in there for sure. So I think it's just. Especially, when you get onto a slick racetrack, it becomes throttle control and patience and everything else. So, I wouldn't necessarily say it's, competition. It's just, I truthfully didn't expect to get that long of a green flag run towards the end. I was, with about 10 to go, I was sitting here thinking, good God, I need a yellow. I need a yellow to get out of this mess. And, it just never happened, but it was a lot of fun.
And it speaks a lot to what you said about most of these guys are pavement guys, that they're able to come and try to take that transition and go into dirt. But, you're used to running with a fairly regular group of 15, 18 guys, and they stay pretty close to each other, pretty competitive as far as the speed, so you don't get into the traffic is kind of the way I was, trying to head that there. But this was still a fantastic race. Having to work lap traffic, like you said, something you guys don't do a lot. And so the key to getting through there, you got to pick your spots, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And like you said, I mean, we're used to running, in like a 40 car DSRL field, we may only have 2/10 within the entire field. So spread 2/10 across the 30 lap main, you may see the back half of the field, but you're rarely going to actually see, true lap traffic. And definitely, I mean, that was a lot of fun and a good, unique opportunity to, get some good practice about car placement. Because, I mean, it was to the point, going back to like the real experience I have of going through lap traffic, of looking ahead, you're going down the front straightaway, you're already looking into turn 2 to figure out, okay, this guy's here, where's he running? I need to go to the bottom of this corner because that's where I'm going to catch him at. So, I mean, it was a totally different experience than what we normally deal with.
Well, fantastic run. You come home with second tonight, man. Who helped you get it done out there? We'll let you go celebrate with your teammates.
Just big thanks to everybody up at Elbows Up SimSport. The boys do a heck of a job. And first and foremost, before I even go any farther, thoughts are with AJ. Anthony Job, he normally runs a lot of sprint car races with us, ran the Pro Series, good teammate of ours. He lost his father over the weekend, so really wanted to win one for Mike, but glad we could put it on the podium for him. And I know he was pretty proud of us that we made it into the Pro Series. And just thinking of AJ and the rest of the Job family. Mike was a hell of a guy, believed in me in a race car when a lot of people didn't. But so still thinking about Mikey. But big thanks, Anderson Speedway, Motorsports Beat, Catch Fence Apparel, Hergot Real Estate, Jessup Logistics. Thanks, Dirt Racing Network for you guys for broadcasting, Sim500 for putting it on. It was a good show.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again. We're thinking about AJ as well, and we'll hopefully talk to you later this week.
I'm sure we will, Roger. We'll see you.
All right. Your second place finisher, Billy Rowley. And now we will grab his teammate and bring him up in here. We will get Shea Apollo. Shea, you sneaked by your teammate the last couple of corners there, man. Talk to us about closing in the last few laps in traffic and how you snatched that win away from Billy.
Oh, my God. I don't know if I blinked or took a breath until we crossed the line. That was wing sprint car racing right there. Lap traffic, second place guy gets to catch up. Ugh, dude, I love this league. It's so much fun. We had some wrecks early on, but I mean, you see, once we get to the feature, like it gets really clean. Even when there's lap cars, they hold their line, as much as they can. Billy just had an unfortunate event there. Coming out of 2, I saw that guy get sideways in front of him, and he tried to go low, avoiding him, and then that car on the bottom, he had no idea, and that Billy was coming down, and they kind of just met in the middle and speed, and what was 1 to go coming around out of 4 that time, and I cut down underneath him, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get back to the top in 1 and 2, so I just had to run that big slider line in both corners, and I saw him coming, man. I could hear his engine in 3 and 4. I know he wanted to throw a bomb, and I just tried to protect it as best I could and get as much speed through that corner as best I could in a situation like that. When we had clean air, on one last corner, I knew he was coming, but I did everything I could to protect it and got it paid off. What a freaking race, man.
Well, Billy said it, and we talked about it for just a moment. The difference, you had to come in here. You guys run in a lot of series where you don't get to lap traffic for various reasons. A few cautions here or there, or the competition level is just that close together where in 30 laps you'll see the back of the field, but you won't get it. Tonight you guys lap all the way through 13th place. And so being the second car in line, you get to see what the leader's doing, and you already know where the hole's going to be. You have a huge advantage. But when you got to him, you put that car right against the inside wall and just, I don't know, did you close your eyes and just hang on and say, God, I hope I clear him before we get off turn 4?
Well, even before that was scarier. As we entered one, there's a car with a blown up engine, and I wanted to go all the way down there, but I saw that car smoking, so I didn't get to enter as low as I wanted into 1 and 2, and saw him just to my outside as I cut underneath him out of 4 than the lap before, and I knew, okay, well, he's either going to the top, I'm going to slide him, he's going to cut down and get a huge run, or there's not going to be space because there was a car on the top too, so he ran the middle, and then I knew once he ran the middle, he was going to stick to the bottom. And going into 3, I mean, that's just full send wide open from both of us, I think, and once he saw me get down as low as I could to protect it, I kind of heard his engine get a little quieter, and I thought, oh God, he's going to run the bottom and it's going to come in all of a sudden. So I just, I don't even know how to explain it, dude. That was so much fun.
Whole lot of good racing out there. You guys did a well of a job and a fantastic pass at the end there, man. Who's helping you get it done? We'll let you go celebrate an intense victory tonight.
All the guys that elbows up. Nick Cohan called us out on Twitter. We showed up in at 1-2. Jeff ran into some trouble, but I think he stayed in like 13th or something like that. So not a bad showing from all of us at all. Got to thank the guys at Sim500 for just putting this thing on, and you guys for coming out here broadcasting for us. We love watching it back. This is going to be one I watch a lot of times, I think. And then all our sponsors, of course. Over the Wall Photography for me, Dallas Breeze is just such an awesome guy and my title sponsor. I love talking to him every day, and our whole team. Anderson Speedway, Roofco Solar Roofing, Hergot Real Estate, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Motorsports Beat, BS Airlines, Jessup Logistics, and Catch Fence Apparel. There's a laundry list there, but I can't thank any of those guys enough for helping us do this every night.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on a great victory again, and hopefully we'll get to see you on the podium maybe Thursday night.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
Hey, keep the momentum going, buddy. Keep the momentum going.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll try my best.
All right. Thanks, Shay, and congratulations again, bud.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Your winner tonight is Shea Apollo. Sneaks by his teammate, coming to take the white flag on the bottom side of turns 3 and 4. Holds on for that final lap and picks up the victory. Let's run through our results. Apollo wins it. Rowley second. Bueller was third. Mustard in fourth. Brent Fair was fifth. Sixth to Mike Kelly. Miles Jansen seventh. Devin Butts was eighth. Nicholas Shamborn in the ninth spot. Josh Gerlach finishes 10th. Kyle Henshaw in 11th. Nick Cohan 12th. 13th to Trevor Hinker. Zach Fogel in 14th. 15th, Damian Leininger. Tom Like in the 16th spot. Robert Harley 17th. Chad Cole 18th. Thomas George 19th. Jeff Stewart was 20th. After an early start close to the front, Stewart's car failed a little bit, and he fell way back to the field. Jay Graves in the 21st spot. William Anderson 22nd. Eric Mueller in 23rd, and rounding out the field, Robert Schaefer. Interesting start to the season there, Mr. Santino. What do you think, buddy?
An exciting start to the season, last lap, and I think the interviews lived up just to as much as the racing action did. Always fun to see that exciting side of the racers in the post-race interviews as well.
Yeah, so next week when we're back, these guys will not be in sprint cars. They will be in the late models because this series toggles back and forth between the two. So that should make it even more interesting when they move to the late models. Some of our typical and standard sprint car drivers, like the Apollos, the Rowleys, the Stewarts, not quite as versed in those late models. And that should level the playing field for a season, I think.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Absolutely. Give some other guys a chance to maybe win and shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, shake them points up a little bit, because one of the late model guys starts to figure the sprint cars out and starts having good nights. He could end up with a points title out of that deal just for being good in one and getting better in the other. All right, that is going to do it for us tonight. A fantastic night of racing. These guys kicked off the season well. We will be here next week again. Like I said, they'll be in the late model, and it'll be a little bit different. It's back at Eldora, but it'll be a little bit different show with the late models in, and Dom and I have covered plenty of those in the last few weeks, so we are ready for that deal. But for myself, Mike Peterson, Dominic Santina here at the Dirt Racing Network, appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Likes, shares, and follows. Thursday night, the next big broadcast is going to have K.R. Stolfus, Mike Peterson, and Dominic Santina in the booth for the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series with the Dirt Slingers. Be sure to tune in for that. And until then, everybody, keep it dirty. We'll see you next time. Good night.